Hello friends, and welcome to the channel. This is Stormhaven Gaming, I'm John, and this is Timberborn. Okay, we are starting off day 2, so we've literally just played through to the end of day 1 after the end of last episode, so nothing much has changed. Down here we've got none of this industry on. We're going to turn this power wheel off to free up that beaver. Obviously our dandelions here have died off because of the contamination from the bad water. That's fine. So I've turned the herbalist on. We've got 100 antidote in stock, so we are maxed out on our current storage, so that's fine. That should last us a little while. Certainly long enough for the next drought. I suspect we've had multiple droughts back to back. I suspect we are due a bad tide. They're usually shorter than the drought, but we're not going to rely on that. But our reservoir is filling up quite nicely, as you can see. So it'll get up to here and just any excess will flow off the back there. In terms of our storage, we only have 350 water in storage currently. Not ideal, but we're going to have a few days before we get into a bad tide or a drought. So we'll have plenty of time to actually draw some water in. All of our pumps are activated, so that's fine. I was thinking, oh yes, up here I've put some more storage in for chestnuts, because we are currently full, but we're currently making spadadoc, I think. Yes, we're grilling spadadoc. We have a little bit left, so once that's done, I'll switch over. Let's have, yeah, probably to chestnuts again, because we'll have a few more to cook by then. So yeah, that's what we'll do there. How long have we got on the spadadoc? About 5 days. So we'll probably be in the drought or the bad tide by the time they're ready to go. Our wood stores are improving massively again. We're nearly at full capacity there. We are continuing to build our levees out here. So that is happening. I was thinking about maybe building a scaffolding so they can get up on this side, but I don't think it's really worth it, honestly. It would take as long to build the scaffold as it would to just build around with the levees. So we'll keep it as it is for the moment. Yeah, that's where we are. That's what we're doing. I do want to try and find a way to boost well-being a little bit more. Let's have a look. So they have a campfire just there. They have a rooftop terrace just there. They do have a couple of grindstones about. I think there's one there. And is there one up here? There isn't one up here. There really should be one up here, shouldn't there? Yeah, let's get ourselves a grindstone up here. Where are we? Grindstone. Opposite the lumberjack flags would probably be a good idea, wouldn't it? So we'll do that. What else? Medical beds. We've got a couple of medical beds. Shrine, contemplation spots. We've got a couple of those just in there. A Lido or Lido we definitely have. Herbalist we have. So the next thing would be unlocking something. And these are all quite large, and that uses extract by the looks of it. Which means we'd need a refinery. Which doesn't use power by the looks of it. Am I being blind? That doesn't appear to use power. Okay, well that simplifies things. No, we don't want that. We don't want that at all. What do we want? We want the centrifuge, and that does use power. Right, okay, okay. My brain is working again now. Yeah, so we don't want to produce fuel because we're not using bots. We just want to produce extract, so we need the centrifuge. Right. And for that, obviously, we need a bad water pump as well. So we're looking at 850 science. I mean, we have 6,500, so that's not a problem. But the power is... We also need 30 metal blocks. We do have 30 metal blocks. That's handy. How big is it? Okay, we could get it in there. And that means we'd be able to get a wood workshop in that space there, should we need to. Alright, not just yet, but we'd need that for pretty much everything, wouldn't we? We don't need it for the carousel, but that uses a lot of power. The detailer uses extract. Dancehall doesn't use power or extract, but does need treated planks. Yeah, alright. Okay, well, that's where we are. What about some decoration? That's easy enough. That's just logs, planks, occasionally bits of paper. You get a bulletin board in, couldn't we? Let's have a look. Let's get that. Alright, we'll put one there. And one there. And one there. There we go. That's all of the lodges covered with bulletin boards. So that's going to be 6 blocks and 60 planks. Which we have. That's fine. Okay. I'll spin on until we get the drought or bad tide. Okay, so start of day 6, and we've just got the drought warning. So it is going to be another drought. And it's going to appear on day 9, so it's probably going to be another lengthy one. At the moment, I've got these set to 0.75, and these are set to 0.85. So this should be constantly flowing, which means we're getting more water coming out through the dams here, which is pushing some more power through these wheels here. A lot more power. Which means we're able to have all of our industry on at once for now. And that is slowly draining the reservoir here. So we'll probably close it up at least a day before the drought hits, so that we can sort of maintain that level of water in there. We're not doing too bad. It seems to be averaging out okay. We're not having any floods. We are getting a Spadadoc crop in. We have 1,000 water in stock, which is okay. It's not ideal. We don't have everything full, unfortunately. But we're not far off. And we've got all of this water to draw on during a drought anyway. So, again, we should be okay. I mean, we handled the 29-day drought, just about. So, yeah, we should be okay. If we're careful with our water, we'll be fine. What have we got? We've got no vacant jobs. We've got no unemployed beavers. We have 4 children, 2 bed spaces, so it might be worth thinking about getting another lodge in, which is a simple enough project. There we go. So we can expand our population a little bit more. As I said, we are doing that very slowly because we don't want to overwhelm our food and water supplies. I think we're okay for water pumps. I was wondering if we needed to put in another water pump, but I think we're okay for now. I'm concentrating on obviously coming around the corner here with the levees. That's our main building project, as ever. But I do want to sort of build up our stock of these resources as well. Because the more we have there, the more we can build, even during the droughts. Over here, because we've got water flowing through here, our dandelions are growing again. That water coming through on this side is enough to keep this fertile and uncontaminated. So that's quite nice. So we'll get some more dandelions in eventually. We've only got a little bit of storage for them, but it's fine. I think that's everything. I think we'll spin on. How are we doing for our grill? What are you grilling at the moment? Chestnuts. We have 140 to be cooked. Yeah, that's fine. Absolutely fine. I'll spin on until the drought hits, I think. And we'll see how long it's going to be and how much trouble we're actually in. Okay, so 25 days of drought facing us. We should make it through as long as we're a bit careful. So I'm going to start by shutting down 4 of these water pumps, and we'll rely on 2 again. That got us through most of the 29-day drought that we went through, so that should be okay. Water-wise, we've got 1.3 thousand, so we're pretty much full on water. I will switch off our gear workshop and our paper mill, but I will turn on our power wheel. Make some more planks. Yeah, that'll turn on. Yeah, these are going to be okay once the contamination fades, which it should do. These should spring back to life. We should have enough water in here to keep those hydrated, as you can see. Just need to wait for that contamination to die back. Okay. In other news, I succumbed and put in another grill. And I'm going to keep this one pretty much concentrating on potatoes, I think. And we'll switch the other one between chestnuts and spadadoc. Maybe. We'll see. We don't appear to be harvesting potatoes, even though... Oh, we full on... No, we're not full on potato storage. Harvest potatoes, please. I'm not quite sure why you're not. Oh, because you are full of potatoes here. I'll put some of them in storage then. We have storage space for potatoes, surely. Do we have storage space for potatoes? We might not have storage space for potatoes. Oh dear. Oh, okay. Sure. Let's have some storage space for potatoes, shall we? Let's lay in some storage. Getting a ladder up there is going to be a pain, isn't it? All right. Let's get some more storage up here. There we go. We got some storage up here. Now we'll store some more raw potatoes there, and hopefully they'll actually start harvesting them. That would be nice. Okay, that's where we are there. I'm very tempted to put in some more industry down here. No, that's not what I want. That's what I'm looking at. The centrifuge, because we want to be able to store extract, but then we need a bad water pump, which we can squeeze in somewhere, I expect. Up here, maybe? 30 metal blocks, we just about have. 40 gears, we just about have. 60 planks, we definitely have. We can afford it. 600 science, we can afford it. It's whether or not we can afford to run it, that's the problem. Alright, well, it's going in anyway. And that means we need a bad water pump. Which is 5 blocks, 10 gears. We're not going to have enough to build this as well. But that's alright, because we don't have any bad water being poured out of here yet. So, that's fine. And in fairness, we could turn the industrial lumber mill off. Sorry, the lumber mill off, and turn on the gear workshop and run that at a lower efficiency, just to churn out the last, 3 gears that we'd need. Oh no, we have enough gears. No, that's fine. That's fine. I was looking at the wrong number. Okay. I thought my brain had started working. I was apparently wrong. But 25 days. Let's see how we do. Day 14, 20 days left of the drought. So we've been going for 5 days. Everything seems to be going all right. We are replete with food. Well, except for grilled spadadoc. But we're working our way through the spadadoc we have in stock. But it's getting eaten pretty much as soon as it's produced. I've switched off the fluid dump up here for the moment. We'll switch it back on, but just to sort of maintain a little bit more water. We should be fine. I'm just being overly cautious. Yeah, we've got our centrifuge and our bad water pump in down here. I've put in some storage for bad water over by the pump. And I was thinking I could probably... I don't have the gears for it. Okay, well, let's do that anyway. Let's pop a large tank or medium tank in there to store extract. We will pause the lumber mill for the moment, and we will activate the gear workshop. That won't operate at 100%, because we're only producing, what, 57 horsepower. I think that takes 120, something like that. So we're going to be well below par on the efficiency stakes. But it will at least produce a few gears, and we'll be able to get that medium tank produced probably by the end of the drought. Maybe. Everything else is going fine. So we've cleared out the potatoes, and they're all now in storage and being cooked. Well, they're not being cooked. I think they're both working on Spadadock at the moment. Yeah. There's not a lot of space for grilled potatoes anymore. So we're pretty much maxed out there. Yeah, it's all going good. Oh, I will turn on our inventors over here, just to push up our science again during the drought. Everything else is going fine. There's no panic at all. I do want to get a wood workshop in, but obviously that requires a lot more gears than we have, and a lot more gears than we're likely to produce with just running it below 50% efficiency. So that's going to take a little while. But I do want to get a wood workshop in so that we can start putting in some more of those well-being things. No, I can't. No, I was going to say, could I put a wheel in there, but I don't think I can. I mean, it would share power there, but no, there isn't enough space to get another power wheel in there, unfortunately. Oh well, never mind. Never mind. Hopefully we'll at least get that water tank, or that medium tank, in before the end of the drought, but we'll see. We're making progress on the levee. I've set it up to come all the way around to the back here. Yeah. I'll spin on. 15 days left of the drought. We're on day 19. The water level has dropped a little bit in our reservoir. We're down like 2 and a bit blocks. So that's... we're about there. So we're doing okay. That's been 10 days. So another 10 days will put us about there. And then we've only got 5 more days. We should be okay. That should be fine. We've got our large water tank. We've got our bad water pump. All of this is in. I've switched the gear factory off. We've got 9 gears in stock, which isn't a lot, obviously. But I've switched back to the lumber mill so we can get some more planks in, because they're generally more important. Just making sure that every now and again I release some water into this section here to keep all of this hydrated. Not that we need the dandelions. We're still at 100 antidote, so not a lot of use there. I've put in some more housing over here, just to bring up our numbers a little bit more. We may be pushing it a bit, but we're still at 2,000 food, still at 1.3 thousand water, so we're doing fine. Yeah, we're just making progress. Slow progress. I'm going to... yes, I'm going to turn the fluid dump on briefly, just to top that up. That's likely to be the last time I'll need to do it, he says. Maybe not. We'll see. But I'll make sure that's topped off, and then I'll turn the water dump off again. Yeah, other than that, there's not a lot we can do other than spin on to the end of the drought. But I will come back maybe sort of halfway between now and the end of the drought and just update you on how we're doing. I can't imagine I'll be making a lot of changes or doing a lot of building work. So, yeah, I'll just spin on. We've got through to day 27, so we've got 7 days left of the drought, and everything is going fine. We've still got over 1,000 water. We haven't turned these pumps off at all. We've got 1.7 thousand food, which is pretty good. We're looking pretty solid in terms of food. Chestnuts aren't as common as I would like them to be, but we have some. A few more to cook there. It doesn't look like we've got any ready yet, but Oh, we've got a couple that look like they might be only a few days away. So that's not too bad. We'll get some more in soon enough. In the meantime, we can just keep switching these over between spadadoc, potatoes and chestnuts and keep them operating. Yeah, everything's going fine. In terms of water, we are... Where are we? Just below this level here. So, yeah, we're about here. And we've only got, let's say, 7 days left. So we should be absolutely fine. There shouldn't be any problems at all with the water. Up here, we still have some... It hasn't entirely evaporated. We've still got most of a tile deep there, so that should keep all of this going. And again, even if it doesn't, that's going to be fine, because they won't die in that shorter time. Oh, I will say, if anyone is shouting at me about the design of the reservoir... This episode is being recorded before the other one goes live, so I haven't read your comments. So we're ploughing on with this design until I decide otherwise, which might not happen considering how far around we are. But that's what we're doing. I will spin on till the end of the drought. There we are at the end of the drought. 25 days, we did absolutely fine. This little section here didn't dry up. We are down to, again, a little bit lower than we would normally be. So we're below the 0.85 that we set ourselves. So we've used a little bit more water than we should have, or than we would have liked to have. But we didn't turn these off at all. These pumps stayed on for the entirety of the 25 days. And we maintained our water at over 1,000. Again, our food stocks are full. Pretty much. We're doing absolutely fine. So, the bad water is returning. So the first thing we're going to do is turn on this bad water pump. We won't bother turning on the... what do they call it? Centrifuge just yet. We will turn off the power wheel, though. And we'll turn on the lumber mill and the smelter. We're okay for paper, so we don't need to turn on our paper mill. But we will turn those 3 on for when the water returns. It is returning, right? Oh yeah, just very, very slowly. Okay, that's fine. We'll set this back to... Where are we? 0.85. So as the water returns, it will continue to flow through here and then flow out through here, giving a bit more power to these wheels. Other than that, that's where we are. We're doing absolutely fine. I was thinking, vaguely, that we've got this little lip here, just underneath the path there. Would it be worth, at some point, maybe unlocking a platform? Where does that go to? Just there. And then having one... That one it would be, wouldn't it? Just there, on platforms there, and we can sort of spread out a little bit more space for ourselves, building space over the potato fields here. Don't know. Might be an idea. Let's turn the fluid dump back on. Has the water started to return? No, not yet, but it's not far off. Right. Okay, I'll spin on then for a day or so. We'll let the water return. We'll turn on all our water pumps. We'll turn off 2 of our inventors there. So we've got a few more spare beavers. Might as well turn these on now. Let's not mess around. We should be fine. Even if that does dry up before the water returns, the spadadoc isn't going to die immediately. We'll be fine. So yes, I will spin on for a day or two. I'll wait until we've got some bad water stored up before I turn on our centrifuge. I do, as I say, want to up our storage here of metal blocks, gears. Planks I'm not so worried about. We seem to have a decent amount of planks. We've got a lot of logs suddenly, so that's good. And I have set them up to continue round with the levees. And this is where we're going to start with our escape for the overflow. Just putting a line of dams across the top there. But in theory, we might be able to get a few more levels on this, in theory, before the next drought or bad tide. We are building from both sides again, so that will speed things up. We'll see. But yeah, I will spin on. Well, that took me by surprise when I wasn't recording. Day 3, we've already got the drought warning. So that's going to hit us in 2.8 days. Luckily, we still have plenty of water in storage. So we should be all right with that. We're not going to get a lot done on this dam, unfortunately. On this reservoir. Only got 3 more days. We might fill in a couple more columns if we're lucky. Maybe. We'll see. But it also means there's not a lot going on down here. I am going to turn on the centrifuge. I'm going to turn off... What am I going to turn off? I'm going to turn off the lumber mill. Yeah, I don't know what else I can really turn off effectively. Not a lot. Alright, we'll leave it as it is then. Oh, in fact, I can actually turn off that gatherer for a while. So we'll have a few haulers down. A couple of haulers down, but apart from that, we're alright. That should produce us some extract. Yeah. Okay, so we can get some extract stored up. What do we need? 40 gears, we have 31. So we're not far off, but everything else we're okay for. So, yeah. We do need to think about storage as well for that, but that's a secondary concern, honestly. Okay, 40 gears. We'll wait until we've got 40 gears. It probably won't be before the drought hits. It might be. Not sure, but probably not. We won't build it before the drought hits. But we will, as soon as we've got the resources, set them aside so we can stick our wood workshop in just there. And once we've done that, it might be worth sticking another power wheel on this side. So we get a bit more power during the drought to power some industry. Oops, bit of a zoom in there. Okay, yes. I will spin on then to the start of the drought. There we go, 18 days. That isn't going to be a problem, is it? We can handle 18 days without any hassle at all. So that's pretty much entirely full. The reservoir here is pretty much entirely full. We didn't get very far with the levees, obviously, but we'll continue that during the drought. We will turn off our centrifuge. We will turn off our gear workshop. And we will turn off our smelter. I will turn on the power wheel and I will turn on the lumber mill. And again, I'm going to turn off all but 2 of our water pumps. Like so. And I'll turn off our bad water pump as well, because that's not going to be doing anything useful. Okay, we ended up with 38 out of the 40 gears that we needed. So, close, but no cigar. Everything else is going absolutely fine, as expected. Yeah, food-wise, what have we not got? Chestnuts is the only thing we haven't got. What are you making? Potatoes. Make us some chestnuts, will you? We don't have many, but get some, and there's some to be harvested there, I can see. Although that is about it from what I can tell. Yeah, everything's going fine. I'll just spin on through the drought, I suppose. Yeah, I do want some more resources. That's the problem here. I really do want some more resources. Okay. Okay, tell you what. We'll pause the lumber mill again and we'll open up the gear workshop. And we will set up our wood workshop there. So we'll get the 2 more gears out of the gear workshop. We'll build that. Then I think I might put... yeah, another power wheel on there. So we've got a little bit of extra power going in. Yeah, that should be fine. Okay, I'll spin on. Right, day 15, 9 days left, so we're about halfway through. Looks like we've got a tired beaver there, so I'm going to just drop their working hours by a couple so they can actually get some shut-eye. Obviously, they're bringing stuff all the way up here to do this. We're making progress. That's about all I can say about that. We are making progress. It might be finished by the end of the drought. Difficult to say. We have plenty of logs, so there shouldn't be a problem on that score. Down here, I have unplanted those. I'm just waiting for them to grow. They're 80%, so it shouldn't be too long before they're fully grown. And then they'll get harvested. And then I'm going to put in 2 high platforms across there, connecting up to that one. And then we're going to put in... I don't know why I came off of there. We're going to put in some platforms across there, like so, some overhangs. And I'm going to pop in tier 3 platforms down here so that we can stretch across and join up, and we'll have a nice little section there to build on. Don't know what we're going to build on there, but I'm suspecting some more power would be a good idea, which would mean looking at windmills. A couple of windmills would be a good idea, because then we could power... Where are we? An explosives factory. Actually, we'd probably get away with one large windmill, couldn't we? That's up to 300 horsepower, so as long as there's wind, there'll be some power to run the explosives factory. That's probably okay. But yeah, that's what I'm planning to do there. So let's start by unlocking the 5 overhang, and we'll put a couple of those in there. We've got enough metal blocks. We've got enough logs. We've just about got enough planks. All right. So for the moment, what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch off the smelter, and we'll switch the lumber mill and the gear workshop back on. Again, they won't be running at 100%. It's fine. It's just to keep those numbers up a little bit. Okay. I'll spin on till the end of the drought then. Well, there we are. The drought is over. We've still got 1.3 thousand water. We've still got 1.8 thousand food. Don't have many logs, but that's fine. We have almost completed our reservoir. We just got one strip left to do. I've paused it for the moment until we've got a few more logs in stock. That needs 1 log, so that should be completed fairly soon. I'm going to pause that lumber mill and pause that power wheel for now. So all of our industry is off currently, because we don't have logs to power it. In terms of water, we did all right. Keeping all 4 of those pumps on, we drained what? 5 tiles worth of water? Yeah, almost exactly 5 tiles worth of water by the looks of it. That's not too bad. And obviously, by the time the next drought hits, this should be complete. Now watch the next drought be a bad tide. But anyway, that's good. That's all good. What do I want to do? Well, over here we are still setting up to build all of this. Obviously they've been paused for a while whilst this has been going on. They were prioritising the reservoir. They'll be able to get on with that. I'm going to spin on one more time. I think I'll play on until the start of the next weather event. I want to get as much of this done as possible. And when the water actually returns, and the bad water returns, I'm going to turn the smelter on. So that we can get some more metal blocks in. And get some more of these platforms built. So that's what I will do. In terms of everything else, again, we are fine. The only thing we're really lacking on is chestnuts, and we still have 100 of those in storage. So we're not lacking. Yeah, I'll spin on one more time then, and I'll come back at the start of the next drought or bad tide. And there we go. So day 8, and we have a 16-day bad tide to contend with. However, our reservoir is complete. I think we're going to be all right. I think we can handle 16 days. We might have a problem with contamination. If we do, I don't really know what we're going to be able to do about it. Because we don't really have the metal at the moment, because we are still building all of this. Yeah. Isn't that lovely? Yeah, that's what we're building with all of our logs, which is why we don't have any logs. We're going to need metal blocks and planks for this, which we have none of either. So we're going to need to build up our log collection again. Honestly, at the moment, let's cut all but one strip of those pines down, shall we? That'll give us some logs. We don't need the pine resin. We are full of pine resin at the moment. And obviously we're not using the wood workshop because, well, what are we going to do with it? I'm going to turn the bad water pump on. Obviously this is going to keep providing us with a little bit of power. At the moment I've got the centrifuge on, but we want logs for that as well. No, I'm going to switch that off for the moment. What will I turn on? Yeah, there's not a lot we can do. It's going to have to be the lumber mill. Yeah, we need planks before we can do anything, really. So let's get a bunch of these logs as they come in, turned into planks. We can then turn some of those planks into treated planks. But a lot of them are obviously going to be used up here, I believe. Yeah. Logs and planks are in short supply, but we will leave the episode there. So we'll come back and see how we deal with the bad tide. It should actually be easier for us than the drought, because we are still receiving power through here. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Please do give us a like and a subscribe if you've enjoyed it and you want to see more. Please give us any comments down below, and please join us next time. Until then, I've been John. This has been Timberborn. Please do take care of yourselves, stay safe, and bye-bye.